Well, hello everybody. Um, Today I'm going to do something different, kind of. Again, I'm trying to stream on Rumble and YouTube at the same time. I did manage to get around and bought like a very cheap 1080p 1080p monitor. Sorry, got blocked in there. And I told today in the gaming news section episode here that I will probably be doing some like a reaction to the trailer itself, and then maybe do some gameplay. I'm just going to do very basic gameplay, like for half an hour, give or take, just to test the stream itself. Even though I really don't know how in the Rumble party it's doing, I'm not sure how it goes on that end. So any kind of feedback is very much appreciated. If not, I don't know how to do this. And maybe I have to stick with just YouTube at the moment in time. But yeah, I've got everything here on set up as like the basic settings for Rumble. Hopefully it's kind of okay. I'm not sure, because in the last live stream that I did simultaneously on YouTube and Rumble, it didn't work out very well. It was just keeping frames all over the place in Rumble, and then also in YouTube the quality was okayish, but it was fluid. But in terms of quality, it was a little bit okayish. I just changed it up again. I'm streaming on mainly like the YouTube thing, like an AV1 codec and everything, the best I can, 1080p 60. Yeah, but on Rumble I got one of those plugins to stream at the same time on OBS, and I just basically modified to the best of my knowledge on the settings there. So hopefully we can get a decent showing there. But I've got chats. I'm watching the chats here. Basically, yeah, I was watching some live streams while the trailer dropped. Pretty interesting. I already caught up with some more lore here and there, and basically, I think we'll just watch the trailer here, 4K again. Don't forget, after this stream ends, I will do VOD with including this initial part and everything, so that you might watch afterwards, and then just a little bit of gameplay of Elden Ring. It will not be that huge, like half an hour, like I said. So let's get started. Hopefully the audio is pretty good.
16.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Blood of your fellows. The ErdTree faithful.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Mikkeller is doing here.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Vesna's flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm, and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah, we got. Oh, where are you? Here. There was some things regarding this person here, which is basically Mesmer the Impaler, which is quite interesting by itself. But yeah, I'm just okay. It's all over the place to a certain degree. Again. You have to be very in depth regarding the lore itself, but it's very enlightening how everything goes. But yeah, it seems. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with the Rumble thing here. Yeah, it's not that good still. I don't know what's happened there. Just let me check if we can do this in other way. I will replay a little again. I can do this in
Peggy 16.
Let me increase here with captions.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Blood of your fellows. The ErdTree faithful.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction?
I like this guy. Has some coolness to it.
Light?
I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Mikkeller is doing here.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Vesna's flame.
Come now, touch the withered arm, and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
And of course, I already bought the I already bought the expansion, so I will be prepared for that. Again, the goddamn rumble. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know how to deal with this. But yeah, let's go a little bit take by take and see if I can explain a little bit here and there from what I gathered watching other streams and from the lore that I watched. So this is Mog Palace here. From what I understood, it's where you defeat Mog. A little bit more.
He wields
This is referring to Miquella.
love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
And he is here. Supposedly, he was on a cocoon feeding the ErdTree. He was feeding the ErdTree from the sapling, and basically Mog basically kidnapped him from there and took him to Mog's palace. Again, there is a connection between Mog and the Mother of Blood, which is kind of it's a connection that is not very well explained so far. It's a lot of speculation, and to a certain extent, I don't know what this has to do with the fact. Okay, the DLC will.
There is nothing more terrifying.
Still, I don't know which character is speaking in the beginning here. Again, this is a new territory, of course. A lot of people, some speculating it could be like Liurnia, but it doesn't seem like it because it doesn't have supposedly doesn't have the same kind of shape around the in terms of the territory itself, and even kind of the skyline per se. It doesn't match with any kind of visual representation of Liurnia, supposedly. But yeah, I assume, I'm not sure regarding the map, where this could be taking place. But yeah, it's a little bit weird there in terms of where this could be. I'm not sure if it is up north or it is something similar like an inverted world, like an upside down thing happening. I really don't know. The Dark Souls 3, the Ashes of Ariandel, and there is also, I think, one of the DLCs. I'm not sure if it is Dark Souls 1 or 2. They have the painting stuff there. I don't know if it's going to be kind of the theme similar to that, where you enter kind of in a dream or like another realm. There is some speculation about that Elden Ring universe to a certain degree can be expanded as kind of several realms here and there, but yeah, it's a little bit a lot of speculation, let's say. And so, oh my god, just one frame less. Okay, here a lot of people also speculated that could be Lethargic Town. I think it's from what I understand a point access point to the ErdTree. Here I think it's like a marker thing where you can find a piece of map there. Again, this is something like a portal, like a pathway through a road, something like that. Got a lot of tombs here. I don't know what is this. Later in the trailer, they mentioned around a lot the fact that the blood must flow. I don't know. This is like the gravestones of all the people they have to kill to keep the blood flowing. I don't know, but it's very interesting. Here is also another point of view. I think in the first, let me see. We already been here. One of the rides that appeared previously, mainly because of these little arches here and there. I think this is like the town in the previous frame. that we saw previous like little clip. And then we also had like from this point of view where they get here, I think, where is, let me see if I can pick it up on the preview here. Here we are basically in this last shot, we are behind us and up above. Also here is this little town and this archway, and then we got this okay, around here I think it's good. Here's the little town, the kind of the archways here, and there's we should be in the first image, the still we should be around here visualizing this part, which is kind of cool the way the navigation seems to work around. So it's definitely a huge area. I assume we can go around here because we got some bridges here. It seems like a mausoleum or something like that. And then you got this the tree here. Yeah, okay. Here is even better. Yeah, seems like the ruins of that little thing. I don't know. It's again, for sure somebody will manage to assemble this like the layout of the map areas that we see a little bit better than me. But yeah, it seems very similar from those different points of views. We are watching the same kind of a thing there, mainly because also from the lightning, how the shades come off. Again, supposedly I will assume that I'm not sure if it's going to be like night and day cycle also. I assume it will. Again, this is very similar to the Helix tree to a certain degree. Mainly because the Helix tree is incomplete. Supposedly it should be bigger, or I don't know if this is a sapling that was grown with a different purpose, similar like what Michele tried to do to establish the golden unalloyed gold order. I don't know if somebody tried to do this. This seems has a lot of vibes from what I understand from Death Blight. Has a lot of vibes of this, which is basically the ones who live in death, which to a certain degree can be associated also with blood loss. Also, I don't know if they need blood to maintain whatever they want to maintain. But yeah, it's very reminiscent of at least from what I heard from that, and the fact that we have like a veil kind of thing happening here, like in the Queen's bedchamber. I think did they have something like this? At least somebody talked about that. And this seems to be flowing through this little archway. I don't know if it has. We have here like some gravity stuff happening here, which is very interesting. Here, I think might be the Michele rune thing there, like the Grand Rune from Elden Ring, the Michele one. Got here. This I think that's why we will have a night cycle thing, because we still see this ErdTree. Got this huge tower, which I think is this one here in the middle. I think is this one, because we got the bridge also, and the landscape seems very similar. Again, we are on a different point of the map for sure. But yeah, it's very interesting how they go, how this is set up. It seems everything is the focal point. It's the ErdTree itself to a certain degree, and there is some teasing
in that forsaken.
Okay, goddammit, sorry. This seems to be new armor, new weapons. I'm not sure. I didn't unlock everything, so I assume that it is, at least what people are saying. Very K-lit, whilst kind of sky here can be like the sunset or something like that. Seems like new heavy armor. Got this pot thing or theme also going on. I assume a lot of, I don't know if they are being bodies are being cobbled together, because from Alexander's conversation they seem to assimilate peoples and their experiences as a fighter for them to be stronger and more experienced. At least that's the perception that I have with all the themes regarding the jar stuff. Got this thing like the twisted stuff theme, very kind of similar to Michele stuff, which is the double helix thing, but this is not the double helix, so I don't know if it is something imperfection or defective kind of theme of the double helix thing happening there. A lot of people saying this. I think this is Trina's lily, because there always been the assumption that Trina's is the saint of the sleep, which is very much associated with Mikela. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to see around here, but yeah, very curious. Some people told about this very similar to the Raya Lucaria, like first big room. I don't know. We still didn't reach there. But yeah, supposedly the theme is very similar regarding the cages here. Like bird cage. This seems like it's a bird cage for humans, basically, because of the size. I couldn't figure out which person it is. I assume it is the mother that the Mesmer Impaler was talking to. I'm not sure. Again, this kind of purple flames very associated with sleep in terms of color themes in Elden Ring. So it's we'll see. We got also these little shapes here. I'm not sure with this architecture what influence from kind of influence it is, but yeah, very interesting in terms of course, seems like between a church that was converted to something else.
A lot of your fellows.
Some people talking about Renala, but then for that, basically Renala, this DLC should have been happening on the past, which I'm not sure if it is the best way to go about it. It doesn't seem that way. It seems that this takes place in a different realm, again, before the end of the Elden Ring. So I think there is kind of assumed there is a condition because of the Great Rune that we saw here. I don't know if you can get like a mending rune. I think there is one of the endings you get mending runes for a certain ending. I don't know if this takes like a tease at that. Because from what I can gather, I don't think this is post, at least in terms of lore, doesn't take post end of Elden Ring. While, for example, Dark Souls 3, the Ring City almost could have, doesn't make a lot of sense, but could have taken after the game itself. But yeah, very interesting. A lot of mentions here. Here in that Forsaken place, I assume this character is still talking as while in the lands between. It's talking about the place itself here with blood must spill. That's why I associate this probably with Mother of Blood, which is or the formless mother they call them. I think Moog treats it like the formless mother. It's I think it's got a lot of association with it, but again, only when we reach there we can basically have confirmation of that. But yes, here swamps for sure. Some people speculate what this kind of enemy can be, if it is an enemy at all. Again, this looks like concept art. It looks so cool. The way they go about it here. Again, this is all from gameplay, so it's not CGI, as you might notice. But yeah, this place seems to be not good for the people. They are not blessed by grace, from what I understand. But yeah, it's very, very interesting, the themes that I think they're trying to approach here. And there is some I think we see this guy afterwards in another way. When we reach there, I will let you know. Again, usually women's indisposed tend to signalize that they are pregnant or expecting a child. And we have here also, I heard somebody telling this could be like the theme of the, I don't know, double helix or the spiral stuff that we saw on there. I don't know, because it seems like they are nobles. Usually only noble people usually make paintings of noble people, so I assume that's something like that. So I think it's something trying to be inspired, the hair inspired on the architecture. I don't know if it is from the faction itself, as that theme going on. We got this again. I'm not sure if we saw this on the avatars of the ErdTree. The staff has this kind of symbolism. I'm not sure. Some people said it seems very reminiscent of Saint Trina Flame. Got also that symbol here on the painting itself. Again, I assume they are noblemans, but yeah, very nobody supposedly never heard of them. I don't know if it even can be one of the characters. I don't think so. If Fia, the bed chamber girl, women thing, the bed chamber, death bed chamber companion, I think it's called. I don't know if she like had anything with this guy. Not sure. Something to think about it. Again, all the pots and jars or jars that happening here, very interesting. Again, this under the ground things, huge structures we also see in the lands between. I think it's very similar. I'm not sure. Hopefully somebody can dive deep into it, so we might have confirmation if it is kind of the same kind of structures, like prehistoric structures. We saw it, I think, in the last live stream that I did. We went into a cave that had like it just went down and down and down and down, and we saw these kind of structures like the arch and the platforming that we did. Also very reminiscent in the Eternal Cities, as a lot of this kind of architecture to a certain degree. But yeah, we'll hope we get more information on that. Here, it seems like kind of industrial area. I think they are siphoning through here because this is spinning. I think they are siphoning lava to do something about it, or they are just trying to fill this and then this change just lift this part up to then, I don't know, empty to a mold or something like that on that end. Again, we got the ErdTree here, and we got similarly some gravity thing happening here, and also here. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if it has to do something with the veils here, if it's influencing the gravity itself. That's why I think it might be kind of, I don't know, like an upside down kind of a thing there in terms of realms. And if they are trying to force themselves into existence in the lands between kind of a thing there, I'm not sure. But we got the spiral things, so we already saw some footage maybe in this place where we had like this pillar, one pillar similar to this on the backdrop on the image. I think it was about here, this one. I think it's kind of the same thing there, like here. Got this pillar in this kind of gate, seems very in line with this thing here, or if not this one, maybe this one. Very, very interesting. And I think this is like kind of the capital, given that we have this kind of focus and the fact that we get a huge gate, huge walls surrounding it. And I kind of think of it, I don't know if they had anything to do with the shattering, if they had like any participation there. It's very, very, very interesting to think about. I don't know if this part of the world of the realm had anything to do with the shattering and kind of involvement or triggering something. I don't know, because they really don't like the ErdTree or the kind of thing, so the Golden Order, I suppose. But yeah, the architecture itself very kind of evoking to a certain aspect, like Minas Tirith. The way it goes about in terms of like almost a spiral, then we got like this huge tower up here. I don't know.
Never saints. They just happen to be on the losing.
These guys, they're referencing here on the losing side of a war. Again, of a war, it doesn't make a specific reference, like if it is like the war. If it is like the war, we could associate this like trying to be creating an avatar for fire giants, something like that. Or if of war, I don't know if it is trying to emulate a giant per se. But the fact that it is full of fire, I assume this has to be referencing to a war regarding Marika, the conqueror of the conscripted lands or whatever it is, mountains, when basically she slaughtered all giants but one, because of the eternal fire thing that has happening there. Again, I cannot reference this. It seems like the sun or something to that degree. Even though we're going to start to see a lot of Crucible related things like the Omen horns, and a lot of like foreign stuff. Got here the double helix thing. It's very weird. I don't know what to tell you about this, but you got the moon there. I think this is trying to evoke, to a certain degree, something similar to between, as you can see, more Crucible things related, like the Omen horns, some bestial horns. I assume it's like a deer or something. I don't know what to make of this. Got a lot of double helix, also kind of a thing happening. This reminds me a little bit what they usually do in the Chinese folklore. And they have like the dragons. They have several peoples, like almost like a human centipede happening here under the cloth, which is very weird. I don't know if it is also. This doesn't seem like a dragon. It seems more like trying to invoke Sherosh from Gottfried. Mainly because everything as usually related with beasts of nature, like lions, like the hogs and everybody, this kind of beasts in terms of animal parts there, except for dragons. Usually it's very well related to the Crucible, primordial Crucible thing happening there. And it seems that this is evocative of Sheriff, because almost got a mane here happening there. I don't know if they're trying to use that as a theme here, like honoring. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. Here we got seemingly that ErdTree kind of thing. Got like a Colosseum happening. Everything is like, I don't know what this is. Seems like dead leaves. Got here's more stuff happening here. Some people said it might be Deathblight. I think it's something more in line of like wind sorcery kind of thing happening there. Because if they are, I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you, because then you got lightning, which is very much associated with dragons and or Goldwind Golden. I don't know if it is something related to that, but there are parts here that we can see that it's several body parts here. Got the thing here, the horns happening. Yeah, but some parts, some frames, you can basically notice that there is something happening there with a thingy or on between. I don't know. I think this is basically to just confuse us, because usually Miyazaki doesn't put things straightforward. There's also always a lot of speculation until we play the full game, and still then you usually can reach to a definite conclusion. It's a lot of it is left to interpretation, but yeah. Got the snakes here. Supposedly snakes represent the enemies of the ErdTree order there. Again, very draconian kind of a theme happening here, like kind of trying to imitate scales.
Mother,
also,
wouldst thou truly lordship sanction?
Again, I don't know
Sanction.
who's that person here. I cannot get a good look at it. Who's that person supposed to represent? Because this seems like a very like Queen Bedchambers kind of thing. It's very, like for reverence thing. And we got here the Mesmer, which is like the MVP of the trailer. Everybody seems to be like this guy. Got the snake here happening. Some people thought it was I forget, Ricard kind of a theme there, but the fact that it's called Mesmer got the M theme happening there, because you got Malenia, Mikela, Malenia and Milena, or I forget the name of our mate in the game. And then got, of course, they came from Marika and Radagon Union. Those two, Malenia and Mikela. Malenia is like an incognito thing. There is a lot of speculation about this one from our maiden, which is Melina. I'm sorry, I've completely forgot her name. I'm very terrible with names. But yeah, Mesmer, I don't know if this is something to do, because even though Mikela is cursed with eternal youth, or not eternal youth, eternal childless appearance, I don't think this is. Some people speculate this might be Mikela. I don't know. Other form similar to what happened with Marika and Radagon, like the alter ego kind of a thing there. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like that, even though it can be. It can be speculated. It can be because of the fact that he wanted to divorce himself from the Golden Order to bring the unalloyed gold order kind of a thing there, and the fact that he basically I don't know, went through this world, or the fact that he was kidnapped and adopted another mother, something like that. Because as you can see in the here on the on the description, basically you got a lot of clues here, which is the Land of Shadow, a place obscured by the ErdTree, where the goddess Marika first set foot. Again, for her to reach the lands between, did she needed to pass through here first? And that's why I think this is not, might be Mikela, kind of alter ego kind of thing happening there. Because if Marika set foot first here before going to the lands between, I suppose, in becoming the goddess, this might be like an offspring of her, that she first was here, and it, by the fact that she did what she did here, that she became afterwards an Empyrean of some sorts. I don't know. It's we got a lot of questions here, and then basically referring to the Land of Shadow, a land purge in an unsung battle set ablaze by Mesmer flames. I don't know. They were basically left. They were not included in Marika's reign or something like that. I don't know what happened there. Maybe she was promoted to Imperial or something like that. If she just bailed out and left everybody alone to their devices. But basically, it was to this land that Mikela departed. So I don't know if you're after the because we saw Mikela he was on the cocoon. We don't know if he is alive or not, but after being, I assume after Moog is being defeated, probably Mikela went there. I don't know, something like that, because time is very murky in the lands between, to a certain degree. I don't know if they went there or he went there and then something happened by the fact he was kidnapped and he saw the ErdTree didn't work out. He tried another place. I don't know. Because afterwards he says divesting himself of his flesh, his strength, his lineage, all things golden. Again, I don't know if he basically gave up of the Golden Order kind of a thing, because supposedly we might have killed her sister, and then he just gave up and went here. I don't know the timeline happening here. He basically divested himself from his flesh, his strength, his lineage. I don't know if like the soul kind of a thing. He just left the body. The soul left the body by the fact that he basically give himself to the ErdTree. I don't know. Some mechanic for sure is happening there, but yeah, it's very very intriguing the way they put this kind of little poem here. This doesn't appear on Steam page, this little thing here, at least. It just whatever, Shadow T expansion, the Discover, Shadow, doesn't say anything regarding that. It's only I only saw this on the description here. I don't know if people already noticed that in the description has this little poem. Hopefully they do, and the usual guys like that I usually follow up, at least Smoketown usually does very interesting videos. Or the oh my god, Tarnished Archaeologic, something like that. Usually I also watch from time to time his videos. I don't know, maybe we'll get a little more in-depth details. Usually they are the more experts. I'm just going with the flow from what I know and what I saw. So it might I have completely everything wrong at this point in time. I don't know, but it's good to speculate.
So bereft.
I think bereft is lack of light thing happening. The breath of light, I think, is lack of not having light or being graced by light, something like that. Then we got here this, I think it's like a new weapon art or something like that, and new enemies. I don't know about these candles here. I think there is a weapon that it has like seems like a chimney of a church here. The fact that it is like a pyramid, it seems like, I don't know. It's stuff that comes to my mind. Here we got similarly like an abandoned village. We don't have throwing weapons per se. I think this is magic because they appeared like per magic, and I don't even notice if when it appears at hand, if it disappears from the. Yeah, I think it does when he seems like a magical thing when. Yeah, when you if you notice when he appears the weapon again at hand, it disappears from the body itself. I don't know if it is something like a technical thing or if it is how the weapon works. It seems that way, at least to a certain degree. But yeah, this is like a spirit enemy. Got this, I don't know. It seems like the clothing of that. But in a different color of that lion thingy there happening on the fight before. There's been also some speculation these characters that are appearing here doing like huge amounts of spells and all that jazz, like forgotten gods or the forgotten ones. I don't remember seeing any reference to that. This is something that it's not on Elden Ring base game, which is Kung Fu style things here, but you can see this is a boss battle. We got the golden wall there. I think this is the boss, and suppose we are the character that can do this kind. Again, I assume it's like a fist weapon that you have that for unlock this kind of movesets. Again, this seems our character here with some redesigns on the clothing here, throwing a huge pot of explosion.
I presume you too.
This one, this is very cool. This is very reminiscent, or at least very well inspired on the Berserker armor. The way the angular shapes are, and the fact that it's completely covering the character itself. And this is like a call to the crossbow that Guts uses to a certain degree. He can like basically Uzi style, as you can see. And the fact that you got like a great sword on his back and the cape, very inspired, at least I think, from a Berserker there. Then that also, as I said, got a lot of Crucible related stuff. This seems to be like an incantation of a bear with red fur, and got also, oh my god, it's goes so quick. Got the horn here. Like the Omen one, horns here. I don't know what to tell you about this location. Got another completely different location. I cannot figure out where this could be. It's like ruins. Seems to some Farmazula parts fall around here. A lot of people speculate this might be similar to the Blue Dancer talisman story that happened there. Supposedly millennia. did learn this form of art of like the flowing stuff to try to eradicate the rot from herself. And I think that there's something related to this. Very interesting how this character now is more in a dexterity kind of a thing happening here, like samurai theme happening here. Very interesting. Very reminds me of some samurai animes that usually have this kind of feels when they do this huge fights there. But yeah, here I don't know if you have anything that might be cool from, for example, Farm Azul seems there's a lot of ruins around here. I don't know. Got some tombs there. Here a completely different thing. Got a lens. Here we are even more closer to the ErdTree. As you can see here, this is basically ErdTree. We are getting closer and closer while the trailer progresses. At least that's my perception. Got boars again with the huge tusks. Seems like a giant boar being ridden with a lot of armor. Got a lens here, which I think is something that it's not very usual on Elden Ring, especially with purple lightning. I don't know what's the thing here. Again, okay, this is the moon. At least it seems so. I don't know. Got a kind of eye pole. It's not an eye pole. It seems like a mesh between an eye pole and another thing with this huge spell, like a porcupine kind of thing launching in the air. And this I think it's like mimic, albinoric, maybe something from the Nox. Experimented in these parts with a giant and a huge horse. This seems like for people, from what I saw, like a mimic thing here. I don't know what to do. It's like a crescent moon kind of a thing here. I don't know if it's something that the Nox inspired to do this, something like that. I really don't know. But is okay. But it's so powerful that is going to basically, yeah, stagger the character there. And here is the guy from the painting that I mentioned earlier. At least it seems kind of oldish kind of features there. And the fact that they have this thing, again, I think it's from the ErdTree thing. I think he's lost his grace, and that's why he went to that land, Shadowland, something like that. I don't know, because we got a lot of yellow happening here. It seems to have like some banners on the ErdTree. I don't know if it was like a lord or something like that, an important guy. And yeah, this is very horrid. The guy, while he's pulling a selfie, you will see that this basically sword happening here. This is coming out. It's horrid. It's horrific imagery. But yeah, this one seems the guy from the painting. I don't know why. At least it's very similar. Got the spikes here happening. The theme here. It's very weird. And you got the Impaler guy.
Death in the embrace of
Mesmer's flame. So this is the Mesmer Impaler. I don't know. This guy is, and then I don't know who is talking here. Come on, touch the wither arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I don't know if it is something because of the illusion that Michele divesting himself from his flesh, his strength and his lineage. If the cocoon with his arm is the way that we need to go there. So basically we need to defeat Moog. And then by touching Michele's arm, we will travel to the realm of the shadow, following his steps, kind of a thing there. I don't know. I don't know what kind of symbol is this. Let's bring a little bit back. Yeah, the Impaler. You see, all the weapons are the same. It's very interesting. I think some of the enemies in the Helix tree do this a very similar thing, but it's like a golden spears through. I think it's a weapon art. They just throw like a row of spears also that they are using, but they are not physical. They are basically a spell thing. Here it seems very real.
Come now, touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far.
here I don't think this is from the Crucible Knight thing, and this I don't know which weapon it is. I think it's like seems like a dual blade thing happening there. The shield is a new thing from what I understand. I don't know if it is some kind of weapon art associated with it or something similar. I don't know which person is talking about. Which person is talking in the background, which character, because supposedly she will not be far behind, and maybe they will meet again in the Shadowland. Very interesting. I don't know who might be, given that it's a female character. So I suppose it's not Marika, of course. I don't know which kind. There is the witch, the Rani. Because supposedly we defeat a lot of enemies. I don't know which one, and I think not Milan, the girl that it's the maiden that gives us as a maiden. I don't know her voice. I don't remember, but it doesn't seem like her. I think she sacrifices herself to a certain point in the game. I'm not sure, but yeah, very interesting. Regardless.
May we meet again.
Again, 21 June. There were some rumors going about by the fact that probably it was the announcement, the date announcement for the trailer there. But yeah, already pre-ordered. I never did that, but I'm very interested on it, especially after watching, and the fact that is an FT price for an expansion, because I think they even, I'm not sure if Elden Lord. I think they consider this an expansion. They don't even consider. I'm not sure. On the Steam store, it's considered DLC. It's what it is. Technically, it's DLC, downloadable content. But I think, yeah, you got also another picture here. Got something happening similar with Apple stuff to us, and this is on the Swamp Thing. Basically on that concept art there. I think they are calling this an expansion, at least from software. And the fact that it's priced at $39.99, I think it is going to be huge. Like almost at least half the price of the price, after the size of the, in terms of content and area associated with it. I think it's going to be pretty much in that kind of encompassing this kind of content and area that you will be playing. It seems that it's going to be a lot, because it's almost the full price of that game, even without discount there. But yeah, very interesting. And I've been trying to. That's why sometimes I just stop talking, because I'm trying to check the Rumble thing. I'm not sure this is working very well on Rumble. I need to check what's happening there. Even on YouTube, I don't think it affects that much. Or maybe I need to use another service. Maybe through OBS itself doesn't seem to work very well. Maybe I do like the restream thing, but then got the watermark. I don't know. But then again, I usually use the footage that I do, the 4K footage to post afterwards. But yeah, I've been talking for a while now, almost an hour at least, probably. I babble a lot sometimes, and I'm sorry if I seem a little bit muddled. Where I go all over the place, for sure. I went all over the place with this one, trying to remember things from the Lord I already watched and heard, and things that we already played, and try maybe make sense in my head. I don't know. That's why I think it's a little bit confusing to for the people listening. But yeah, on the technical side, yeah, I'm not going to play any games today on the stream. I'm not satisfied with the result, at least from the Rumble part. Again, I'm not sure because I just, in the meantime, I'm just putting down settings, here on the Rumble side to try to make it watchable as best as I can. But yeah, I don't know what to do here. Maybe I just try to put everything like top notch for YouTube and maybe use a restream thing happening there. I think there are like other services. Even if it goes with watermark, I don't. It's not that big of a deal, I think, in the end of things. But yeah. I think I'm going to wrap up here. I'm not going to do any gameplay. I'm so sorry. I was planning like doing 15 minutes talking about a little bit the trailer in there, but I got excited because I start thinking a lot of possibilities and speculation on my part. Yeah, I'll be babbling about 1 hour or so, and I was afterwards trying to go around and maybe do like half an hour gameplay here and there just to see if the stream went okay on the Rumble side, but yeah, it doesn't seem that good in terms of quality. I just even put it at 720p, but it seems to be all over the place, just jumping jumping frames all over the place. It's very weird. I don't like this kind of quality here. But yeah, it's very weird. I don't even get to catch the goddamn live stream rolling here in proper order. I don't know. Yeah, because it jumps like every 3 or 4 frames. It jumps around to the 3 or 4 frames afterwards. At least that's my perception. At least while I'm doing the live stream here. Again, I don't know if it is the servers there that they cannot handle the footage that I'm sending, or if it is my connection. Again, I'm also using wireless, but I've been using wireless for all the streams that I've been doing, and it doesn't seem to affect that much. But yeah, I will maybe try to use other kind of situation there. Maybe I heard about Restream. I don't know if it is a good service or not. But yeah, I even have some warnings here on YouTube. I don't know if it's blocking too much of the bandwidth here, but yeah, I will get around. Again, during this week, I will already, as you can see here, already managed to put the episode 6 and 7 on YouTube. 7 is still processing my footage, but yeah. In this week, the rest of the week I will try to get around and record some more gameplay footage for my gameplay episodes there, and get around seeing about this Rumble. If I cannot, in the meantime, I just stream on YouTube and at the moment, and I think it's the best course for this moment in time. But at least on the part of the on YouTube, because I got this cheap monitor, like a 1080p monitor, it reaches 100 Hz. Again, if you are curious regarding this monitor, it's a very cheap monitor. It's I don't know how many in dollars. $70, $70, I think. It's 1080p, just as basically one HDMI and one D-sub connection. But it gives 100 Hz. The color is irrelevant for what it is. It got some options here for gaming, but it's not what I use. And I'm connected with I'm connected with in my GPU directly, and it's just plug and play. Didn't have any issues. I just set up on Windows the frame rate that I wanted the monitor to play, and it's just seamless. I just can cross around the mouse. When I turn off the small monitor, everything pops up in the area of work of my main monitor. I don't have any issues with that. It's not about the monitor; it's about how AMD deals way better with monitors, multi-monitor setups. But yeah, I think at least the YouTube ones will be a little bit more seamless. No more windows popping up. I think it's going to be more seamless for the viewer when I stream there. But yeah, I will see what I can do in the backstage. I even turned the goddamn controller on. I'm going to hear a pop-up. No, he didn't. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here. Going to finish up the live streams and everything. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. I will have to rename the title video because I really thought that I was doing a little bit gameplay here and there, but no, it didn't happen. I will see you in the next one. Hopefully in better conditions in terms of the live stream itself. And till then, Kunamy Master out.